shriveling up, and it's windy and rainy and cold, and you know, fall has fallen. um, there's lots of nasty weather and bugs hanging out of trees and just looking for blood to suck and all that jazz.
The date and the real world date were the same, but in D&D time travels faster or slower sometimes, so it got out of sync. And now it's almost like a full months behind or ahead, or take your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so close.
Okay, so our last session ended 18 October, 10 AE5 at 9 p.m. And what the date means is it is the 18th of October in the 10th year of the 5th Eon at 9 p.m. So AE just is an abbreviation for Eon.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask in game what so special happened 10 years ago.
What?
I have no idea what happened 10 years ago that created a new Eon.
A new Eon? Okay, so this is the Eon of Adventure. So that's when the game started, essentially. That's when the campaign started. So 10 game years have passed since the first adventurers set foot in Solynod X. So essentially, I've been running the game for 10 game years.
Nice.
So, and then
Very
in
nice.
the real world, that was in 2002. So,
Years with some breaks here and there.
yeah, 14 years ago with some breaks here and there. And this is actually the third group of players that I've had in the campaign.
I see.
All right, so we'll start with Saria. Could you turn down your mic sensitivity? Okay, so Saria, you are basically. Saria, are you there?
It's just
You broke
me,
up right there.
So you have just had dinner with your parents. It's roughly 9 p.m. You're kind of getting tired and stuff, and you've had a discussion by the roaring fire about some adventurers that your father had heard about this evening as he was kind of doing his rounds, going to the market and whatnot, picking up dinner and bringing it home, or whatever, food for your mother to cook or whatever.
Right.
And he told you basically that there were some adventurers at the Drunken Fairy pub that were not causing a ruckus, but they were new to town, and so there was like a little buzz. One of them walked through the market. It was a dwarf, and he was accompanied by a whole bunch of like birds and giant owls and giant eagles and an elephant. Well, by that time you'd
Elephant.
already parked your elephant. But a huge creature that looked like a mix between a dragon and a horse, that had like a unicorn horn sticking off of its head backwards, so it was kind of like similar to a unicorn myth, but different. And then some pack mules, they said. It was like a little kid that told him. And the little kid told your father that the dwarf actually spoke to him, and the dwarf was really nice, which was the opposite of what he expected. And
All right.
so what do
Well,
you do?
so I'm
He's
guessing the
like,
stables are full up, and the stable master's gonna want me tomorrow, huh?
oh, yeah, maybe. It looks like there's a lot of work to be done in both the stables on the west end of town, your father says. They even have an elephant in there, so I'd imagine there's a lot of cleanup to do. And your mother kind of giggles.
And
Boy, or stable girl.
an elephant? What, did they knock the roof off for him?
No, it's just out of character. The stables are like barn height. So, like, you walk in and it's like 20 feet tall in there. And then, because it's like a pole barn, essentially. So, the ceiling is basically like 20 to 30 feet tall. It's really big. Like, there's enough room in there for the owls to fly around, pretty much. So they are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 25 feet across and probably about 25 feet high. So they're pretty big. Definitely big enough for an elephant. But your dad kind of looks at you and he goes, remember, Saria, the ceiling is like 25 feet high.
It was a joke, Dad.
Oh,
Great.
oh, well, in my old age, you know. You young kids, you're too quick for me.
Gold shovel.
Yeah. But,
Well, they just came into town. Ain't not much sense in passing around tonight. And I'll check in with the stableman first thing in the morning.
okay.
Do you want me to
Don't be late.
tend the kennels before I head down there, or do you got it?
Oh, I'll take care of the kennels. You go ahead and take care of your side job.
Okay.
And, so let's see, where is Kookaloo? Are you there?
Glue, I am.
Okay, so were you sleeping at the stables? I'm not. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in there near the bear.
Okay. And you just basically did you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with the jackass.
Alrighty.
That's asinine.
Okay. So yeah, around 9 p.m. I'm guessing you'd be asleep by then, and then Thrasham and Anatar. Oh yeah, Anatar doesn't sleep. Okay, so Thrasham went to sleep, right? Anatar is right next door. What would Anatar do all night while he's not sleeping?
Give me a sec. Circa, your mic, please.
Mahjong.
Oh yeah, let's check. Okay, Anatar, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Kookaloo, are you there?
Glue.
Saria?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Shirka? Okay, I'm gonna refresh real quick because I can't hear Shirka. Again with the ice checking. Hmm.
This.
There we go. Shirka?
Yes.
Okay, now I can hear you. All right. And then Thrashim, I can never hear Thrashim for some reason.
Jules, you have Robo Voice again.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
The same.
The same?
Yeah.
Breaks up towards the end, yeah.
It does? Okay. Test, 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 test. Is it still robo?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even hear you, usually. It's funny because I can hear myself through your mic, but I can't hear you through your mic. So maybe if you speak up a little bit. Okay, so I'm instantly connected. Anatar, can you hear me? Is it still
Yeah.
roboing?
No,
No, you're fine now.
Okay.
it's good.
Hey, my
Alright.
You have achieved voice chat.
Hey, now I can hear Thrashim. Alright. Okay.
Yay!
So, Lucas is asleep. Anatar, what was Anatar doing at 9 p.m.?
Probably going to bed as well.
Anatar doesn't actually sleep. 'Cause
Really?
Yeah, he's...
Play Candy Crush. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
What do you do all night?
Pokemon Go. CSGO.
Okay, I suppose studying there. My spellbook again.
Okay.
And maybe later at night, when everybody seems to be asleep, I would go out for a little walk
Okay.
just around the town.
Alrighty. So... Oh no. Okay, so at 9 p.m. there is an encounter, actually. If I can find the encounter table, where'd it go? Okay. There we go. Alright, so most of you guys are asleep, and I like to do encounters even in the city because there's, you know, encounter tables for city town day, city town night, or whatever. But most of the time, being at the inn, you just hear noises, and you can investigate them if you wish to. Usually it leads to more information about something or things like that.
Plus, there are a few really cool encounters that are pretty much only city, like fires and shit like that.
Yeah. So everybody's kind of spread out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, three of us are in the inn.
Hey, Lucas.
Hello, Lucas.
Alright, so I'm going to put you back on the board, Lucas. I just took you off.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Was your coffee worth it?
No, it's Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Oh, well, I thought Dunkin' Donuts was like the Starbucks of the East Coast.
Starbucks also tastes terrible.
So it is.
So we've got 1, 2, basically 3, 4, 5. Shirka 6. Okay. 6. Alright, so I'm going to roll a d6 and figure out who actually has the encounter. Because it's kind of one of those encounters where you only one person encounters it. So, alright, so let's see here. Alright. Okay, so Lucas, you wake up to the sound of like some light tapping at your window, which is basically right next to your head, right here.
I'll look through the window. Who's beating on my door or window?
Okay. It looks like Mucky from the bar is like chiseling at the edge of your window, trying to actually get in.
At this point, Lucas says, Mucky, if you don't explain yourself right now, I'm going to unload all sorts of arcane pain onto you.
And he goes, you hear his muffled voice through the window. Oh, I was just, increasing the security, of your in-room by, tightening the grip of the window to, the windowsill just a little bit. And he starts putting a chisel back into, like, one of his belt pouches and stuff, and a tiny little hammer. And he's just like, don't worry about it. I got this.
Jeez, Monkey. Oh, good thing I only paid for this room for one night anyhow. This one, Lucas just picked up his backpack and walks out.
Okay. So, unfortunately, your sleep has been interrupted.
Yeah.
Which, you know what that means.
No spells.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, right. What time is it?
It's exactly 9 p.m. So, early evening. You slept for about 5-ish hours, but, well, we'll say 4. You slept for 4 hours. And, yeah, so it's basically right in the middle of the night for you.
Alright, so since it's in the middle of the night, in that case, I'm going to be a lot grumpier.
Yeah. Where do you go from here? You said you grab your bag and walk out?
Well, that's because I thought it was, like, near morning. It wasn't. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
In this case, I'll say this. Mucky, stop messing with my window. There are other windows around. If you really need to get in here without paying or whatever, there are other windows. Just pick another one.
Okay.
If I hear you messing with my window again, I will light you on fire.
Alright, don't say I never did you a favor. And he just, he starts walking this way. And you don't really see where he goes.
Yeah, this one, I'm going to check my window.
Okay, yeah, it looks like, how do you check it, I guess?
Figure since he's, like, basically mess with them, I'm going to look at, the sidings, the joints, where the screws go in and such.
Okay, roll me intelligence, would you?
Okay. Oh, wait, that's right. That's an ability check on the...
Yeah, on the token.
I better not screw this up. Alright, I passed.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so, I thought you had higher intelligence than that. Strange. Yeah, so, you can blatantly tell that he was trying to break in to your in-room.
He's like chiseling out the molding or whatever?
He was basically chiseling out the molding. It looks like he was chiseling out the molding directly under the crease where the two parts of the window meet so that he could stick something in and
Push the little thing up.
push the little thing up so that the window would open. Basically, the bastard.
Lucas kind of sees this and says, "Ugh. He
Yeah.
tries this again, I will light him on fire."
Yeah, yeah.
Or just give him a face full of magic missile, whichever one I feel is more appropriate.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm actually, I'm basically, it's not the kind of thing I can fix, right?
If you have carpentry, you could fix it with like if you have a piece of wood and a hammer and some nails.
Well, I don't, so I'm actually just going to, well, take my backpack with me because, you know, the guy's trying to break into my room, of course.
Yeah, it
Well,
looks like he didn't actually get far enough to the point where he could stick something in. He basically, he made so much noise right at the beginning when he started. That's just what he was trying to do, it looks like. But he didn't actually do it. He didn't have enough time. Does that
So,
make
in
sense?
other words, the window is still intact.
The window is still intact. Like, the latch is still there. It still works. It's just, it looks like he started to work on it, and you caught him red-handed. Basically.
At this point, how high up is the window?
The window sill's like 3 feet off the ground, and it's probably about 3 feet high, and the ceiling is 15 feet high.
Alright. Does the window have shutters?
Yeah, on the outside, yeah.
Yep, no point going out in the middle of the night for this. You know what?
So
I'll just...
the way it works is the windows open inward, and the shutters open outward. And they're actually on the outside of the building. And there's like a nice sturdy latch on the shutters, but they're easily open from the outside. Like, you could just put something between them to lift the latch. And that's what he did, it seems. They're open.
At this point, Lucas grabs his bag, gets up. He's basically going to tell, he's going to go to the lady at the front desk.
Okay. Alright, so she's there, and she looks somewhat tired. Like, she was kind of dozing when you walked up. So she was sitting in her chair, and she had her head down, like her chin to her chest, and her head was sort of like drifting downward, and then, you know, upward, and then she jerks upward, and then her head slowly goes downward, and then, you know, she hears you, and she wakes up real quick, and she looks over, and she's like, "Oh, hello, dear."
Yeah, a thief just tried to break into my room from the outside.
Oh no!
I think he was trying to drill at the mortar and then just pry the window open from the outside.
Oh my! Did you see who it was?
Alright, what race is Monkey?
Human.
Human. Okay. Oh, it was a human. Real shifty looking guy.
Oh? What color was his hair, eyes, and stuff? We could probably tell the watch, and they'll catch him.
Sorry, it was dark. I wasn't really paying that much attention to his hair. He's making a lot of noise, and it kind of pissed me off. Just be wary, alright?
All right. Well, maybe I'll go get the watch, and they can interview you.
Nah, honestly, I'm just telling you right now because he might have damaged outside the building.
Oh?
I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm just tired.
All right.
I've got stuff to do in the morning. I'd rather not deal with this. Just letting you know, might be damage on the outside of the inn. Maybe send someone to fix it in the morning or something.
Okay. Well, I'll check it. You can go ahead and go back to sleep. I'll take care of this.
Alright. Thank you. At this point, Luke's just gonna head back to his bed and try to recover what sleep he lost, while at the same time cursing Mucky all the way down.
Okay. All right. So you hear a little bit of like rustling outside the window, and you kind of look over and you see that it's the like the headmistress or whatever you want to call her, the lady that's in charge of the inn, and she waves at you or whatever, like she just goes outside real quick.
Hello, Chisel.
Yeah. Yeah, she checks the windowsill and she like points at it and nods and then gives you a thumbs up and then waves and then she goes to the side of the window and disappears out of your sight.
Oh, that's enough for me. I'm going to get some rest, and I'll make a mental note to learn the alarm spell as soon as possible, even in cities, apparently.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Another good one's Wizard Lock.
Yeah, Wizard Lock. Also, Flaming Runes or whatever. It's like a level 2 spell.
Explosive runes or flaming?
runes. Yeah.
Because there are ones that last until expelled, so like
Yeah.
you can guess it and they're good.
just leave it in town.
If
Wait till somebody
tries
who opens
that
it.
again.
There's a priestly version
Or
too.
go-
It's called Crushing Walls that just smash people when they enter a room.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like if Bucky does try that again, Lucas will try to kill him.
yeah. Okay, so, sorry, it looks like you head off to bed. Saria, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. We figured out that a player who has a token that has multiple sides can actually right-click the token and change it to anything on the list of appearances. So with Thrashim, you would be able to make Thrashim invisible yourself if you right-click his token. You have to select it, right-click it, click on
Multi-sided, right?
multi-sided, and then click on choose side, and then look through the...
'Cause I tried that once on the birds, and all it did is make them fat and oblong. It didn't make them land. It was like weeks ago, but I tried it on.
That's because I accounted for their wing span or whatever when I made the tokens or whatever. So I just have to shrink them to 1 square wide size when you do that. But at least it'll save me some time if you choose the side of the token, and then I'll shrink it myself.
So it can't like default the sizes on different tokens, like right? It can't be like the size can't change automatically.
Yeah. Well, you can choose a random size or whatever. But yeah. Okay, so 2 hours later, I'm just gonna roll a d6. Two, three. Okay, Shirka. Can you hear me, Shirka?
Chris talking, I can't hear him.
Shirka? Okay, I'm gonna refresh real quick. I think Shirka's just not talking enough, which isn't, it's not his fault, because it hasn't been his turn until now. And I'm having trouble connecting again. Ice checking. I was having this problem yesterday. I think it has something to do with server traffic on their end down at Discord. It's down in San Francisco, I think, like the Bay Area. And
Xfinity truck was in the area the other day too. I don't know if it was installing new people or not.
But this is a lot better than Skype. Like, Skype was horrible. We wouldn't even be playing right now if we were using Skype.
Skype has connection problems too, but the bigger problem with it was it's much harder to join and leave again and stuff,
Yeah.
Josh is having some trouble getting connected.
Yeah. It keeps ice checking.
Well, he keeps having the ice check and he can't get on. It doesn't like him.
There we go. There we go. All right,
Oh,
so
good.
Anatar, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Kukulu, can you hear me?
Yay.
Lucas, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Saria, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Shirka, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Very nice. All right. So Shirka, you are like sleeping in a drunken stupor, and
Yeah, she's
you
basically passed out.
right, right. So, you actually wake up to a sound. Okay.
Okay.
And so yeah, you're still drunk, right? When you wake up, and you hear this right next to you, and it is Ovi,
Yes.
basically sleeping right next to you, and but you hear something outside, and it sounds kind of familiar, and it's this alms for the poor, alms for the poor, and it sounds like it's right out front of your front door.
Okay.
Alms for the poor, alms, alms.
I think at this point she's just gonna roll over and hug Ovi and go back to sleep.
Okay.
Yes, turns out Shirka is into dwarves.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's like a body pillow, right?
Yeah.
A very thick,
warm-
very hairy body pillow.
A thick, warm, hairy body pillow.
But he does have one thing going for him. His beard is better than Thrasham's.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And Beltoa's is better than his on top of that.
So, oh, you guys went for the female dwarves have beards.
Well, in the handbook, most of the races have beards.
Yeah.
I think one shaves and one's actually clean, but
Yeah.
I think Gully Dwarf's the only ones that don't grow beards at all.
Yeah. So of all the
Hey.
dwarvish races, there are two sub-races whose females grow beards. That is mountain dwarves, okay? And then it's one of the underground dwarves, and it's not the Duergar.
The Thunder
Huh.
Dwarf.
Yeah, the deep dwarves. They're the ones whose females grow beards.
The other ones shave, or in case of the Gully Dwarf, they can't.
Yeah, gully dwarves can't grow beards at all, and of the hill
In
dwarves,
fairness-
the females don't grow facial hair. They actually look like girls.
Yeah, in fairness though, the Gully Dwarves are literally the worst dwarves possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
And then the Sunder dwarves are the same way. They're basically hill dwarves anyways, but I think they might be campaign specific, maybe.
I don't think it says, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're not actually on any encounter tables, so I'm pretty sure it's campaign specific. I just don't know which campaign.
I'm guessing like Greyhawk or something. 'cause
Yeah.
It's an open world
Yep.
with little to no underground.
yep.
Okay,
The only
so
thing good at crawling and begging for their lives.
yeah. So basically, everybody kind of like wakes up around probably 2 in the morning, and they're kind of fully rested, but you guys haven't had time to really sleep in a long time. So what's well, I'll start with Thrasham. What's he gonna do? Like, you're basically fully rested
Yeah.
at 2 in the morning because you guys went to bed at like super early. We'll say like 5. Yeah. So maybe even 1 in the morning you would wake
Well,
up.
we went to bed more or less at the same time, except for
Yeah.
guard shifts.
Yeah, you don't have guard shifts, so you just sleep for 8 hours and then you're fully rested.
So, well, Thrasham's gonna probably spend like the first hour and a half memorizing his spells.
Okay. So basically, what time do you guys want to head off because like the sun doesn't even come up until 6.
Yeah, so like 7 o'clock, like normal generally, we'll be out leaving, so like start to leave
And
at 6 or something.
and Lucas, you wake up. Everybody wakes up basically around the same time. Saria, like this is when you would normally get up and start like unbaling hay for whatever's in the stables or whatever. Since you would have gone to bed, at well, I guess you went to bed at 9, so you'd still kind of be groggy. Shit. Okay, we'll say that you went to bed earlier than 9, just for continuity's sake. So you wake up at 2 hours past midnight,
Okay.
fully rested. Yeah, everybody else went to bed at like 5. So for some reason, you just were a little groggy early in the day, like right after dinner. You went to sleep. And like, yeah, you have a long day ahead of you. So I guess it's Saria's turn. So what does she do? Saria?
Alright. Well. She's getting up.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Hey, Pa.
All right, you see your parents going right here by the fire.
I guess I stole their bed, huh?
Yeah, but they usually understand when you want to go to bed early because you've got a long day ahead of you, a lot of work to do.
Alright. One quick question. How did you do the... I saw Lucas is moving character where it moved like along a path.
Oh,
How do you do that?
you just use the
That's in my
D-pad.
mind.
You just use the. Oh, you talking about that golden line?
Click on it,
D-pad.
move over
Yeah.
space to mark, waypoints and such, and you'll have the golden line showing.
Yeah, you just click and drag your token, and you just don't let go of the left mouse button, and you hold space to turn it on, and then each square you want to pass through, you click the space bar once. So it'll look like this here. If you go in a square.
Okay. I see it.
Yeah. Alternatively, like Thrasham says, you could just use the D-pad on the arrow keys or D-pad, whatever you want to call it, on your keyboard. Because I have the grid turned on.
The only downside of that is you cannot go diagonally on the keypad. You have to push like one and then the other.
Yeah, you can't go diagonally. You have to push one or the other. So